Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, my name is Michael, the ChiCityYaker. I appreciate you for joining me on this video. I'm really excited because I got my hands on the brand new Blackpak Pro from YakAttack. Now, before we go any further, I gotta say thank you to Rocktown Adventures, my man Kevin over there taking care of me. I knew this was coming out in the market. I hit him up because he deals with YakAttack products. I said, hey, are you gonna get any? He said, yes. I said, put one to the side for me. I'm gonna buy it. And he did. I got it here. So thank you to Rocktown, always looking out for me. And if you're in the Illinois area looking for kayaks, make sure you check them out as well, okay? Now, with that being said, I've had the OG, old school, original Blackpak, which is actually down here on the floor. We'll show that here in a second. Then I moved over to the H crate, which is currently on the Kayak. But I felt like with this new Blackpak Pro hitting the market, I really liked the design. I think they improved on some of the things that I had issues with the original OG Blackpak. And just because YakAttack, I know the quality of the products, I know that they're very innovative in this space. I know that with this Blackpak Pro, it sets the foundation for which they're gonna build upon and give us this opportunity to really make our own unique crate system, very modular. So that's what I'm really excited about. And of course, we won't really know if that's going to be true, although I believe it to be true, until we get more accessories that come out for it. Of course, I suspect that third-party companies are going to make products that are going to kind of work for the Blackpak Pro. So I'm just excited about the functionality and what this thing can really turn into, and the customability that the end user gets to really have. You know, that's the great thing about kayak fishing. We can all have the same kayak, but how we all rig it up and accessorize it, what makes it unique, and that's the really cool and fun part. So with that being said, the goal for this video is, one, we're going to go to unbox it, take a look at all the parts, see how we're going to set it up. We'll time lapse through the setup and show you what it looks like in the final product, and then we're going to compare it to the original Blackpak. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and open it up, take a look at all the parts, see how we have to set it up, see if there's any tools required, so that you guys have a better understanding of what you may need when you get this to actually put it all together. Once we're done through that, we're going to time lapse through that video, right? Kind of speed through it so you can kind of see it. Once we're done with that, though, we're going to compare it to the original Blackpak, which I still have over here, as well as my current crate, which is the Hobie H crate, which I've used for quite a few years. I've had it before I even had my Old Town Sportsman Autopilot 136, where I had my Hobies, so it made sense when I had the Hobies in there. But I felt like the Blackpak Pro is going to be better suited for what I'm doing now, and the fact that it's going to be a very modular system that I can customize it as time goes on to fit my needs is a really cool option. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the video. All right, we'll open it up. We've got one panel here. Put it over here. All right, fun times. So there is quite a bit of stuff inside the bag here. Screws, we're gonna need a screwdriver. It's gonna be a bit of a assembly required here. Now, each of these comes with 4 rod tubes. These look pretty good. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Put this off to the side. We got instructions on the tether tube setup. We've got the assembly instructions, so we have to go through that. We've got pretty much just the rest of the paneling in here, so it shouldn't be too difficult to do this. Tools needed, Phillips head screwdriver. So let's go ahead and start building this thing up. Okay, so we got the Blackpak Pro fully assembled, and just my thoughts about the assembly process itself. Pretty painless. I mean, the instructions are very clear. very detailed, and everything is, you know, organized into little kits, so you know at what time you're dealing with whatever parts in kit A, B, C, D, and you kind of organize it, lay it all out. If you're gonna use just a handheld screwdriver and, you know, do the old school way, it's gonna take you a little bit more time. They don't recommend you use an actual drill to do this with, because you can overdo it and, you know, just thread out the holes. However, they even say it in the instructions that they know that people will. So if you are going to use a drill to put the screws in, just a little bit of torque, put it on the very slowest setting speed, or just give it a little bit of juice just so it just winds very slowly. Get it in there and then just stop. That's what I did. I got everything in there, just kind of almost all the way in. I stopped, and my final run through on the Blackpak Pro, I just took a handheld screwdriver and just manually did the last bit of tightening on everything so that it's nice and tight, everything's good to go. And it's the safest way to probably do this, so you don't rip or burn through a thread or strip something out, and then you're just kind of in a bad spot, because it is all plastic. And one other thing to note is before you mount your rod holders, take a second to think about what orientation you're going to have your Blackpak in your tank wheel of your kayak. For me, initially, I thought I was going to have it one direction, and then I realized that this Blackpak essentially is going to go into my second kayak, my Big Water from Old Town. And when the full big size Blackpak Pro, the 16x16 comes out, that's going to be the main one for here. And so because of that, because this is going to be only going to be temporarily in my main kayak, I had to think about the tank wheel in the other kayak, in the Big Water, which is a lot more narrower. And so after I seated the lid and kind of set up my first orientation, I thought about that, and then I realized it wasn't going to work. So I had to change the orientation on how the lid opens. So now I have it so that the lid opens long ways, and I'll show you here. All right, so the Blackpak Pro comes with 4 rod holders. And you can get all 4 on the longer side, which is the 16-inch side of the crate itself. So we'll see here. This is how we had to do it. It's a little bit of a tight fit. I mean, they all work here. What you end up having to do, at least what I found, is that you have to kind of stagger them. So you'll see here that both ends are mounted on a higher hole, and the 2 middle ones are dropped down just by 1 hole, and it allows all 4 to fit in here. So that's one thing to take note of. We got these installed. Really cool here with the latches. That's going to be really key in keeping your things tethered down. So I really like this because it's all kind of built in. We turn around here. We've got the handle. We've got the front side latch. So this is what keeps the lid closed. Flip them over. And now, no matter what happens, if you flip over or whatever, this thing falls out, it's not going to open up on you. It keeps it secure and closed down. And then when you want to open it up, you simply just thumb it down, open, thumb it down, pull it down, move them out of the way, and open it up. Now, initially, I mounted everything on the 16-inch side so that the lid would open this way back. But as I realized that this was going to go into the other kayak and it wouldn't fit in this orientation, I went ahead and put the opening brackets here on the long ways on the 16-inch side so that it opens up from this side. I have the rods in the back because I want these off to the back, out of my way. As you can see here, we got a handle so you can grab it from each side to pull it up and carry it out. And then you also have some tie down points here that are mounted in. I put it down one spot lower, just so it's a little bit lower. And then this is what I'm going to use to latch this down into the back of my tank well. Now they also do include the Omni rings here. So if you want to thread this through your bungee in your tank well and cinch it down there, it'll hold it down. However, I like to travel with my crates in my kayak on the trailer, and I'm not really liking the fact that this is kind of like this because, I don't know, something can happen. It can flip up and over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my attachment points that come with the Hobie H crate, which are more carabiner styles, and they'll lock into these points right here fully, and that'll be how I secure this into the kayak and how I'll be able to travel with it. All right, so here we are. We've got both versions of the Blackpak, the original first generation Blackpak. We've got the new Blackpak Pro, and again, this is the 13x16 size Blackpak. Now, in comparing both of these, the first generation to the new one, is that the new Blackpak Pro is significantly lighter. It's easy to pick up and you feel it fairly light, while the original Blackpak is it's a bit heavier. You feel it when you got to lift it up, and that's with nothing in it. Some of the other things that to me about this design that I didn't like, I got it, and then after a few uses, I didn't really use it anymore. I shelved it and I picked up the Hobie H crate. One of the factors was that the securing the lid was not all that great, and so I had to kind of make my own jerry rig bungee cord here to kind of keep it from flopping around. Just latch it down there, and it kind of stopped it a little bit. The other issue with this crate, the first generation Pro Blackpak, was that the lid just kind of flopped around. You would open it up and it wouldn't just stop. And I never liked that. It would just flop all the way down. It made it difficult to go and find, or to reach it and put it back over and secure it back down on top of it already kind of just being a bit heavier. Here with the Blackpak Pro, much lighter, feels sturdy. You got a lot of holes in here so that you can add more stuff. And of course, as I said, my best guess is that they're going to be releasing additional accessories that you can just punch right in here and kind of configure in any which way you want here, which is really cool. The rod tubes with the built-in tethers, pretty clutch. So you have that security for your rod. You know, for as simple as what this product is, it's a really invaluable tool to help you keep organized and really remain efficient out in the water as you go and reach for your gear, and keeping it secure, because as we all know, at any given point, you could take a fall into the water, your kayak can turtle over, and there goes all your gear. So the fact that you have a lot of tie down points on it, as well as the latching closure point on here, means that when you're not in the crate going to switch out lures, grapple tackle box, keep it secured. If something happens, you flip over, or whatever the case may be, you have confidence in knowing that your Blackpak is not going anywhere. You can recover, and you're going to save hundreds of dollars, okay, in lost gear. So if you're in the market for a new crate, check out the Blackpak Pro. It's good to go from me. That's all I have for you in this video. If you have any questions, please leave it down below in the comments. Subscribe to the channel, throw a like on the video if you find it useful, and I'll see you guys in the next video.